Hello, my dear friends. I hope you're doing well today. As we get older, especially in our 70s and beyond, life teaches us many lessons, some gentle, some difficult. And one of the most important lessons is this: there are certain things in life that you should never give up for anyone. Not for family, not for friends, not for society. These things protect your peace, your independence, your dignity, and your happiness. In today's video, we're going to talk about the 9 important parts of life that every senior in the United States must hold on to, no matter what pressure or expectation comes your way. These are the things that keep you strong, keep you respected, and keep your life meaningful. Before we begin, tell me in the comments which U.S. state you're watching from. I'd truly love to know. 1. Your right to rest and leisure. The first thing you should never give up for anyone is your right to rest and leisure. After spending most of your life working hard, raising a family, handling responsibilities, and meeting everyone's expectations, you deserve peaceful moments without guilt. But many seniors in the U.S. still feel pressured to stay busy all the time, running errands, helping relatives, attending every event, or taking care of grandchildren, even when their body is asking for a break. People may say, "You're retired, you have time," but they don't always understand that your energy isn't unlimited. Constant activity slowly wears you down. It affects your sleep, your mood, and even your health. Rest is not laziness. Leisure is not selfishness. These things are essential for staying strong and enjoying your life. Let me share a story about Raymond, age 75. He spent years saying yes to everything, driving family members around, attending every gathering, watching kids on weekends. One day, he realized he couldn't remember the last time he had a slow morning with a cup of coffee or a quiet afternoon just sitting on his porch. When he finally decided to take back his mornings and protect his free time, everything changed. His stress went down, his energy improved, and he felt happier and more present when he did choose to help others. Your time is precious. Your rest is sacred. Scheduling peaceful moments, reading a book, enjoying your garden, going for a gentle walk, listening to music. These are not luxuries, these are necessary parts of aging well. So protect your downtime. Say no when you need to. You've earned the right to enjoy unhurried, peaceful days at this stage of your life. 2. Your financial security. The second thing you must never give up for anyone is your financial security. After 70, your savings, your income, and the resources you depend on become even more important for your independence. Yet many seniors in the U.S. face pressure from family members, friends, or others to share money, loan money, co-sign something, or hand over financial control out of love or guilt. You may feel the urge to help a child buy a house, pay a grandchild's tuition, or support someone going through a hard time. But the truth is simple. If helping someone puts your future at risk, then it is not the right decision. Your retirement is not a bank. Your home equity, pension, and savings should first protect you, your health needs, and your comfort. Let me tell you about Leonard, age 79. He trusted a close relative who wanted to start a small business and asked him to co-sign a loan. Leonard didn't want to disappoint anyone, so he agreed. When the business failed, the bank came after Leonard and he spent years paying off a debt that wasn't even his. It took away his peace, forced him to cut back on his own needs, and made his later years much more stressful than they should have been. You may love your family deeply, but your financial decisions should always be made slowly, privately, and without pressure. Never let anyone rush you. Never give access to your accounts without clear protections. And never sacrifice your savings thinking you can manage later. 3. Your boundaries and personal space. The third thing you should never give up for anyone is your personal boundaries and the space you need to feel comfortable. Many seniors in the U.S. notice that as soon as they retire or spend more time at home, people assume they are always available. Family may start dropping in without warning, asking for favors, expecting babysitting, or wanting you to adjust your routine to fit their schedule. But your time and your home still belong to you. Some older adults feel pressured to host long visits, watch grandchildren at short notice, attend every family gathering, or change their quiet routines because they don't want to upset anyone. Others even feel pushed to let someone move into their home, take over a room, or rearrange their living space. These pressures can slowly drain your energy and take away your peace. Let me share the story of Eleanor, age 82. She loved her family deeply, but her daughter began visiting every morning, talking loudly and bringing over the kids before Eleanor had even finished her breakfast. For months, Eleanor felt overwhelmed and exhausted, but she stayed silent because she didn't want to seem unkind. Finally, she gently explained that she needed quiet mornings for herself, time to read, think, and enjoy her coffee in peace. Once she spoke up, her daughter understood, and Eleanor felt her joy return. Setting boundaries doesn't mean you love your family any less. It simply means you respect your own needs. You have the right to decide when you want company, when you want rest, and how you want your home to feel. 4. Your health and well-being. The fourth thing you must never sacrifice for anyone is your own health and well-being. Many seniors in the U.S. quietly put their needs aside because they don't want to cause trouble, be a burden, or disappoint family. But after 70, your health is not something you can push to the side. It is the foundation of your independence, your confidence, and your quality of life. Some seniors skip medical appointments because a family member needs help. Others delay refilling prescriptions, ignore pain, or stop important routines like daily walks, stretching, or physical therapy because they're busy taking care of someone else's needs. But the truth is simple. When your health suffers, everything in your life becomes harder. Let me tell you about Janet, age 80. She loved helping her children with the grandkids, and she said yes to every request. But slowly, she began skipping her own doctor visits, pushing through joint pain, and missing her physical therapy sessions. Within a few months, her mobility weakened, and she felt tired all the time. One day, her doctor told her that if she didn't prioritize her health, she might lose her ability to stay independent. That was her wake-up call. Janet started saying no when she needed to, keeping her appointments and focusing on her body again. Today, she feels stronger and happier, and she's still able to spend time with her grandkids, but now on her own terms. Taking care of yourself first is not selfish. It is smart. It allows you to stay active, stay independent, and stay present for the people you love. 5. Your autonomy and decision-making. The fifth thing you must never give up for anyone is your autonomy, your right to make decisions about your own life. After 70, many seniors in the U.S. notice that family members start offering opinions more strongly. Sometimes these suggestions come from love, sometimes from worry, and sometimes simply from convenience. But no matter the reason, your choices should always remain yours. You have the right to decide where you live, how you spend your time, what doctors you prefer, what treatments you choose, what routine feels right, and how you want your days to look. Your life experience still matters. Your instincts are still valid, and your voice still deserves the same respect it always did. Let me share the story of Franklin, age 77. His children wanted him to move to a senior community because it was closer to them. They meant well, but Franklin loved his home, his garden, his neighborhood, his quiet mornings. He felt pressured and almost agreed, even though his heart wasn't in it. After thinking deeply, he decided to speak openly. He explained that he felt happy, safe, and comfortable where he was. To his surprise, his children understood and supported his choice, and Franklin continued living where he felt most himself. Sometimes the pressure is subtle. Someone may ask you to change your routine, switch medications, join an event you don't enjoy, or make choices that fit their schedule rather than yours. But your daily life should not be shaped by someone else's preferences. Take advice if you want it, but don't hand over your decisions. Stand firm in what feels right for you. 6. Your social connections and joyful relationships. The sixth thing you should never give up for anyone is your right to maintain meaningful relationships and social connections. After 70, staying connected is not just pleasant, it is vital for your emotional health, memory, and overall well-being. Yet many seniors in the U.S. feel pressured, often by family, to limit their outings, stop seeing certain friends, or just stay home and relax. While family care is important, no one has the right to decide who brings joy into your life. You may hear comments like, "It's too tiring for you," "Why go out so much?" or "You don't need those people." But isolation is one of the biggest risks for older adults. Social interactions, whether it's friends at church, a knitting group, neighbors you chat with, or a longtime companion, keep your spirit alive. Let me tell you about Ruth Ann, age 83. Her son didn't like her driving to her weekly book club, thinking it was unnecessary. Out of guilt, she stopped going for a while, but she soon noticed she felt lonely, unmotivated, and disconnected. One day, a friend from the club called to check on her, and Ruth Ann realized she missed those conversations more than anything. She gently explained to her son why the group mattered. With some adjustments, like attending earlier in the day, she returned to her club and felt her energy come back. Your relationships are part of your emotional nutrition. They give you laughter, comfort, belonging, and purpose. You have every right to enjoy the company of people who lift your mood and understand your journey. 7. Your sense of purpose and identity. The seventh thing you should never give up for anyone is your sense of purpose, the activities, passions, and goals that make you feel alive. Many seniors in the U.S. are told, sometimes gently and sometimes directly, that after 70 they should slow down, take it easy, or stop worrying about new things. But feeling useful, creative, and engaged is one of the strongest protectors of emotional health as you age. Your hobbies, your routines, your volunteer work, your crafts, they are not childish and they are not unnecessary. They are a part of who you are. And no one has the right to tell you that your passions should be put away simply because of your age. Let me share a story about Mr. Clarence, age 78. He loved playing the harmonica and had been teaching local kids music for years. One day, a family member suggested he stop, saying it was too much work and he should relax now. Clarence tried stepping back, but he quickly felt a sadness he couldn't explain. Teaching music gave him purpose. It kept his mind active and his heart full. After a few weeks, he decided to return to his small group of students. As soon as he did, his energy came back. He felt needed again, valued, and himself. Purpose is not about big achievements. It's about the small activities that give your days meaning. It could be gardening, cooking, writing, mentoring, volunteering, painting, or simply sharing your wisdom with younger generations. Whatever gives your heart joy, hold on to it. Don't allow anyone to convince you that you're too old for the things that make you feel human. 8. Your right to dignity and respect. The eighth thing you should never give up for anyone is your right to be treated with dignity and respect. Sadly, many seniors in the U.S. experience subtle forms of disrespect without even realizing it at first. Someone may talk over you, ignore your preferences, make decisions without asking, raise their voice as if you can't understand, or treat you like you're less capable simply because of your age. But no matter how old you are, your voice, your experiences, and your feelings deserve the same respect they always have. You spent decades building a life, facing challenges, raising a family, and gaining wisdom. Aging does not take any of that away. Let me share the story of Marjorie, age 86. Her grandson often interrupted her stories, telling her they were too long or not important. At first, Marjorie stayed quiet because she didn't want to create conflict. But over time, she noticed she felt smaller, almost invisible. One day, she gently explained to him that her stories weren't just memories, they were lessons, pieces of family history, and moments that shaped who she is. Her grandson apologized sincerely, and from then on, he listened with more care and patience. That simple conversation brought back Marjorie's confidence. Respect is not optional. You deserve to be heard when you speak, included in decisions that affect your life, and valued for your wisdom. If someone uses a dismissive tone, ignores your needs, or treats you like a burden, you have every right to correct them calmly and firmly. 9. Your hope for the future. The ninth thing you should never give up for anyone is your hope for the future. Many seniors in the U.S. are quietly discouraged without anyone realizing it. They hear comments like, "At your age, why bother?" or "You should just rest now." These words may sound harmless, but they can slowly convince you that dreaming, planning, or starting something new is no longer meant for you. But hope is not age-limited. Hope is the belief that there are still good days ahead, still joys to discover, still people to meet, still skills to learn, and still moments worth living deeply. Let me share the story of Evelyn, age 81. After her husband passed away, she felt empty and unsure about her future. One day while visiting a community center, she watched a watercolor class and felt a sudden spark. Even though she had never painted before, she joined the next week. Over time, she discovered a talent she never knew she had. She made new friends, found comfort in the colors she created, and felt a renewed energy she hadn't felt in years. Her hope didn't just make her happier, it completely transformed her life. No matter what anyone says, you are allowed to look forward to things. You are allowed to make plans. You are allowed to learn, dream, grow, and start again. Hope keeps your mind active, your heart open, and your life meaningful. As we wrap up this message, take a moment to think about these 9 things you should never give up after 70. Each one protects your peace, your independence, and the life you still deserve to enjoy. Maybe you realized there's a boundary you need to strengthen, a passion you want to return to, or a habit of self-care you want to take more seriously. Whatever stood out to you, remember this: prioritizing yourself is not selfish. It is necessary for your health, dignity, and happiness. You've spent years caring for others. Now it's time to honor your own needs with confidence. Hold on to what matters, speak up for yourself, and live these years with freedom and pride. Before you go, tell me in the comments, which point spoke to your heart the most? I'd truly love to hear your answer.